Cancel culture. Take one.
Pull up. You're going to have a little car ride with old Uncle Doug today for the Heaven's Metal Show. This evening on the Heaven's Metal Show, we're going for a little adventure. You know, your mom probably always said, don't ever run with scissors in your hand. But nobody ever said anything about driving with scissors in your hand. What are the scissors going to be used for? You're going to find out. So, first of all, I wanted to talk about something I've been thinking about since one of my shows about 2 weeks ago. It got canceled. Literally, it got canceled. Sanctuary International Matrix pulled it down. Why? Because people got really personal and they started attacking me and they started attacking Pastor Bob. So that post was pulled down. So it was canceled. Quite literally canceled. So we're just bouncing around here. But this whole cancel culture thing is mean. It's swift and judgmental. It's closed-minded. It's terrible. Sometimes I think when we are offended by something and we want to voice our opinion, I think maybe we think we're defending something. Maybe we're defending Jesus. Maybe we're defending a doctrine. Some things need to be defended. Paul the Apostle called people names. He called people dogs that were preaching a false gospel and had false motives. Jesus called very religious people, church people, vipers. He called them snakes. He called them whitewashed tombs. So sometimes name calling is biblical, sometimes it's appropriate. But man, pick your battles wisely, because when you go to battle and you kill somebody, I'm using that as a metaphor, you hurt somebody, you're doing some damage. You're doing some damage to somebody's sense of well-being, their emotions, their psyche. Sometimes you do damage to somebody's reputation or somebody's family name. And I just say, you better be sure. One of the wise quotes about parenting is you have to pick your battles wisely. And underneath that is the battles that you do pick, you've got to win. You can't let your kid be the boss when you're the parent, especially when you're talking about like a 2 or 3 year old little toddler. They've got to learn that you're the boss. And if you're a good parent, you're going to have their best interest in mind. And predominantly, you're going to do more good things than mistakes. Everybody's going to make mistakes. And there's another point to be brought up when we're talking about Christian culture, people doing video blogs or people writing magazine articles or making albums or saying things in concert. When you get really offended, hopefully the people that you are going to war with, or you're belittling, or you're just voicing your opinion to, hopefully they have thick skin. A good leader needs to have thick skin. I recently read this book by Bill Walsh, the coach of the San Francisco 49ers. Man, I hate the 49ers. I hate the fact that they were the team of the 80s. They dominated the NFL in the 80s. They won 4 Super Bowls. They won 5 Super Bowls in 14 years. Pretty incredible run. One of the things Bill Walsh talked about was having very thick skin, not being offended easily. And some criticism you get, you just got to let it go and move on. Just blow it off. And as a video blogger, I've got to do that. It's funny sometimes when you get criticism from somebody who's just like you in a lot of ways, like a Christian, an evangelical Christian, a Christian that believes the Bible is really, really God's word, politically a conservative, culturally a heavy metal guy. So when I get criticism from people who question my faith, question Pastor Bob's wisdom for letting me post blogs on his YouTube TV channel, that I've just got to let that go. And fortunately, my my well-being, my psyche, my self-esteem is not hinging upon being popular with everyone. If it was, I would be in trouble, but it's not. So, you know, you can bring the fight to me. I'm kind of stupid in a way, in some sense, where I'll actually argue with people about doctrine. I know that much wiser people than me don't do that at all. They just don't want to waste their time arguing about doctrine. But I think a good debate is good. It helps you realize what you believe. It tests your knowledge. It tests your commitment to a set of beliefs, and it's a challenge. It can help you grow up. It can help you fine-tune your belief system. And if you're like me, which a lot of you are, and some of the people that criticize this blog post, this video blog post, and if you're wondering what it was about Lust Control, my band, which is kind of like, it's funny that the criticism that I got was that I was too liberal, basically, and I didn't even get to read the criticism. The folks that manage the channel over here saved it for me as a private message. They just turned it from public to private so I could go read all the messages, and they're gone. They disappeared. So as much as I want to see what the fuss was about, I can only guess. But I'm guessing that what I said was construed as being too liberal. And I won't get into that now. It's another story, but it's funny to get criticism from people that probably agree with you more than they think, but they get a bug in them, or they get something under their fingernail, and they feel like they just have to lash out. So anyway, now we're time for the adventure. What are we going to do here? What are the scissors about? Why did we drive over here? Where the heck are we? Does this remind you of Jaws? These little jagged things right there in my eye? What's the HM sticker doing on a pair of scissors anyway? So we're going to run across the highway. See that tree behind me? Behind the tree, do you see a telephone pole with lots of ivy growing on it? What could that be about? Well, I'm going to pause. You don't just see me running over there, but I'm going to run over there and do some work. All right, so here we are. Basically, this is Marge Simpson, and that's her haircut. She needs a little bit of trimming, doesn't she? So we're gonna do some trimming on this right here. So I hope you like my rugged record story last week. We got to get Marge's face where it shows up a little bit better, because her hairstyle is really coming in now. She's really her hair is really growing. We just want to trim this up so we're, you can see her face, lovely face. Marge, I'm sure Homer really loves his wife. So Marge, little haircut here. So her hair really shows up, vibrant, bright. Let's see what else. I'm not a licensed cosmetologist, so this isn't a living human being I'm cutting hair, so her safety is not in jeopardy. And she is a cartoon character, for crying out loud, so the health and safety concerns of Marge Simpson is really not an issue. There we go. She has got a deluxe hairdo, does she not? Okay, we're back. I've done my community artwork service for the day, and Marge has got a nice trim. With the rain we're getting around here, we're probably gonna have to give her another trim in a couple months before the spring is over, before the summer starts. But so get back to fighting. We're talking about disagreeing with a post or something, and one is to fight fair. Point number one: fight fair. Don't call somebody names. Stick to the point and treat the person with dignity. That's all under fight fair. Two is listen. Listen to somebody else's viewpoint. If you want them to listen to you, You know, why on earth would anybody listen to you if you don't listen to them? So give somebody the courtesy of listening to what they have to say. Listen to their side of the argument. Listen to them and what's going on there. 3 is know when to end. Know when to end the fight. Know when to say we disagree to disagree. That's a cliche that's just goofy and funny, but it works. So use it as a tool. Say, you know what? We just agree to disagree. Some people, they don't want to let go. They don't want to let you disagree with them. They want to convince you that you're wrong. And with somebody like that, you know, it's not going to be a situation where either one of you is going to feel like you won something. So you just have to focus on the relationship. The relationship's more important than this particular argument. And if you don't have a relationship, this is a stranger on social media, then you know what? You don't have to talk to them ever again. You know, you can go about your life without having a relationship with them. You don't have to be friends with every single person on the planet. You know, I kind of like to be friends with everybody, but there's about 10% of the population that you're not going to make happy. There's 10% of the people out there just have something against you. Person listening to this, I don't know what it is about that, but if you're going to act and you know, be around people, you're going to just have to deal with that. You're going to have some thick skin and let it be okay that you're not everybody's friend, not everybody likes you. So you gotta be able to end the fight. Basically say we agree to disagree, and then be able to walk away. And the fourth thing is part about this, kind of tags on to listening, but that's you know, have an open mind and present your own case. If somebody writes a book or writes a song or makes a movie, especially if we're you know, I'm a Christian, and I've been involved in the Christian music business, the Christian ministry for decades now. And, you know, there's a little more to speech and actions and motivations when we're talking about love and eternity and spiritual things. So there's more underneath the surface, and there's more involved. And so, point being, let somebody, you know, let somebody make their case. Don't destroy them or cancel them because they look at something different than you. And also, if somebody really is out to lunch or they really are promoting a heresy, contemplate it. Think about it for a while. You know, I had a roommate who was a Buddhist when I was in college, and had to think about his belief system, had to think about how I was going to respond to him. You know, do I want to be, you know, obviously there's like this underlying motive that I want to lead him to Jesus Christ. I want to see him in heaven. So there's a motivation to hopefully all of my behavior, everything I say and do, can hopefully be positive or move in that direction. You know, I don't have control over anybody else, so I can't do steps 1, 2, and 3 and guarantee that I'm going to lead somebody to Christ. As a result of that, you have to let people, you know, God lets people have free will, so we have to as well. You know, God has given people free will, so us people should give each other free will, because it's just the way it is. You need to give people freedom for that. So don't cancel somebody if you disagree with them, and by all means, have a conversation with them. If they're open to communicating to you, then take advantage of that and have a civil conversation. You don't have to agree on everything. I don't have to agree with everything you believe. And also present your case. You know, write your own song, write your own book, make your own video blog, make your own post. So, all that to be said, this is kind of a weird Heaven's Metal show podcast, and it's late, didn't come out on Tuesday night, so there you go. Join the discussion. I hope it's helped a little bit. What else did I want to say about the situation? It was just kind of weird that something I did was so controversial that it would get shut down. But I'm kind of used to that. You know, Heaven's Metal Magazine had its share of controversy. So did the band Lust Control. Really stupid, crazy band. Did some wild stuff and pushed some envelopes. All with, you know, I want to say from the bottom of my heart and honesty, with a pure motive, wanting to help people. And so if that's the motive, you're trying to help somebody and you get criticism, sometimes it can put you off. It's like, wow, I'm just trying to help somebody and I'm being attacked now. I'm being criticized. I'm being yelled at. I'm being cussed at. I'm being called names. You know, just deal with it, Doug. You know, have some thick skin. And, but in that motivation, you know, sometimes you're going to have support. Sometimes you're not. And just part of life. What else? Oh, yeah. Oftentimes, disagreements, the more you can converse on something, the more you might... The way communication works, the classic communication is person A speaks to person B. Person B listens to person A. Person B interprets what person A said. And person A can ask person B, did you understand what I said? And person B can echo back, this is what I heard you say. And person A can say, well, I didn't exactly mean that. I meant this, this, and this. And then person B can go, oh, okay, I get it now. So communication is a back and forth thing. And so the more you dialogue, the more you can come to understanding. And I hope we have helped. But if not, join the discussion. Let's hear it.